So is it really important to get married in accord with legal requirements? First, we need to look at what marriage is. It's the union between one man, one woman, living together as husband and wife in accord with the standards set out for us in God's Word, the Bible. Not only is it a personal commitment between the husband and the wife, it's also a divine institution given to us by Jehovah. And as we all know, Jehovah is a God of order. We can tell just by looking at his creation and looking at his organization. So, is it important to marry in accordance with legal requirements? Since it is a divine institution, it's only right that we let the Bible guide us. Let's go to Titus here. And we're going to do chapter 3. And look with me there, verse 1. It says, "Continue reminding them to be in subjection and be obedient to governments and authorities as rulers." So, by following these instructions and being in subjection to local authorities, it keeps the husband and the wife's name clean. Also, nobody likes to think about it, but the death of spouses do sometimes happen, and a legally registered marriage does help to protect the family's properties. So, why get married at all? More and more worldly people raise a family, own property, and do all the things that married couples do every day. In fact, the 2010 census brought out that of households raising families in America, there are 44.9% of those are unmarried or just living together. So let's look at God's Word again. Get Jehovah's thoughts on it. We're going to turn to Hebrews. We're going to look at chapter 13. And look with me there in verse 4. It says there, "Let marriage be honorable among all, and the marriage bed be without defilement. For God will judge fornicators and adulterers." So, when we look at the two words there, fornicators and adulterers, they both kind of, in a way, have the same meaning. They both mean sexual relations outside of the marriage arrangement. Well, having a legally recognized marriage is one way that we can keep our marriage honorable and without defilement. That way it can help us avoid the same judgment that 44.9% that by definition are fornicators and adulterers. So one more time, let's refer back to Jehovah's Word. We're going to look in 1 Peter this time. We're going to go to chapter 2. And we're going to look at verses 12 through 15. It says there, "Maintain your conduct fine among the nations, that in the thing that they are speaking against you as evildoers, they may, as a result of your fine works, of which they are eyewitnesses, glorify God in the day of his inspection. For the Lord's sake, subject yourselves to every human creation, whether to a king as being superior, or to governors as being sent by him to inflict punishment on evildoers, but to the praise doers of good. For so the will of God is, that by doing good you may muzzle the ignorant talk of the unreasonable men." So, what does this mean for us? Well, if we live according to the standards that Jehovah has set out for us in the Bible, and we do everything that we can according to the world's legal requirements, then we can effectively muzzle the ignorant talk of the unreasonable men. Just completely give them no reason to complain about us. But most importantly of all, we need to remember that we serve and represent Jehovah in this system. It's up to us in all things that we do to keep his name above